J.Cole.
World.
So this is interesting. First, he did an interview, which he never does interviews. This guy's a rare interview giver. He sat down with the Golden State Warriors general manager, Bob Myers. He has his own show called Lead by Example podcast. Of course, J. Cole was not in the NBA, but he was in the African League of basketball. He's always wanted to play basketball. He's tall enough. He can play really good basketball. But then he talks in this interview about why he ultimately chose music over basketball, stuff like that. And throughout the interview, he reflects a lot on his life. And one of the craziest things that he revealed was that at 6 years old, he started smoking cigarettes.
Damn.
So why? Everybody's like, what the fuck? So if you watch this, I actually posted on the Diverse Mentality page,
Which is
the clip of the interview. Basically, what he breaks down is, let's play the clip of the interview. I cut it down a lot for this reel, but let me see. Am I connected to Bluetooth on my phone?
I wonder how he got to that, man. Must be an overseas thing.
What do you mean overseas thing?
Smoking cigarettes at 6. That's how they do it back then.
I know, but
You see a little kid, 4 years old, just...
Yeah, he
cool.
didn't get it from that. It's quite an interesting story. Let me see. I'm trying to connect my phone to it, which I'm about to do right now. But, yeah, I started smoking cigarettes at 6 years old. He said that's one of the dumbest things I did. But he said it changed my life for the better. So
Good. Negative into a positive.
Okay, why isn't this playing? Let's test out a little sound quick.
I got to check this out, man.
Okay,
Looks like a good interview.
there's a sound. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
I had to try Kevin Gates.
Stupidest thing you did.
At 6 years old, I was smoking cigarettes regularly around the neighborhood.
How does that even happen?
Just being around the neighborhood and
So you're 6.
I'm 6. And the thing was, my brother's 4 years older than me, almost 4 years
And
older
he's
than
10.
me.
He's smoking too.
No, that's the wild thing. It was just I was always hanging around the older kids in the neighborhood that he was hanging around, and they were smoking, and I was young and fearless and trying to be cool. So it was, oh, y'all smoking? Like, let me see that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And of course, we're all out there kind of like young parents with like long leashes. Not like my mom knew I was doing this. She was just, my mom comes from a town. First of all, my mom got 10 brothers and sisters.
Okay.
She comes from or maybe 9 brothers and sisters. She comes from a massive family with a single mother, like type of broken home type of thing where they all raised each other.
Sure.
And she comes from a small town where it was like, yo, you leave your door unlocked. She comes from where you can let your kid, like I was out, and she allowed me that, probably like she was, just out there. And I think back then it was probably a little safer to be just out roaming. So while I'm out roaming, of course, my mom has no clue that her 6-year-old son would try that.
If I see a 6-year-old
it's wild,
smoking,
it's
I'm looking at that kid going, this kid has no shot.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
So basically the story, I cut it down a lot on there because it's about like a 6-minute clip. But basically, J. Cole was smoking cigarettes because he was hanging around these kids a little bit older than him, like 10, 11, 12 years old. And they were smoking cigarettes. So for him to feel like he wanted to be cool, he was 6 years old, he's like, can I smoke cigarettes? His older brother, who's like 10, 11 at the time, didn't know he was like smoking cigarettes. So his brother went to go hang out at the spot again. His brother came, and he wanted to show off for his brother and be like, yeah, I smoke cigarettes. So he's like, give me a cigarette, blah, blah, blah. His brother's like, what the fuck? Like, stop. He's like, shut up, man. You're just joking around. He's like, no, I smoke cigarettes. So then he's like, no, I'm going to tell mom. And he's like, I don't give a shit. Like, he's like, I don't care. What is she going to do? He's like, if she asks me, I'm just going to lie and be like, no, I don't do it. So this is the part when you're a kid, you don't understand. When you smoke cigarettes, he said, I smoked cigarettes after that. It was in my breath. I go to my mom. My mom asked me, do you smoke cigarettes? And she's like, come close. And she asked him the question because she wanted to see the smell on his breath. He didn't know as a kid. When you're 6, you have no idea. Yeah, so then she catches him, loses her mind. She then at that moment spanks him, beats him. And she never does. Usually his stepfather does that. Mm-hmm. But she beat him really bad. And at that moment, at 6 years old, he realized, hey, what I do, my actions affect other people as well. So that's when he realized, okay, I need to really look at 6 years old to realize that means you're...
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. For him at 6 years old to realize that and know that and remember it, that's amazing.
Yeah, so...
Shout out to J. Cole, man.
Yeah, so smoking, I never knew the guy smoked cigarettes at 6 years old. That was a cool kind of story. And then another thing he says is that he's envious of people who lack strong desire and live a regular life.
What does he mean?
So I speak about this a lot, too. Like average people who just want an average life.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care about completing anything in their life. and they're just happy, regular life.
Oh, okay. So they're just
So he's like, damn, I wish I could feel like that, but I always feel like I need to accomplish more. And I always have to do. So there's people like that in life. You know, some people are just content with what they got. They're happy. They don't want more. They don't want less. You know,
yeah.
like an average person making whatever. What's the average income for a man? It's like 53,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
You make that, you're happy. Life is average, good, happy. That's what he's talking about. He said, I'm envious of people who don't have strong desire or strong vision and don't have something. He began. They have a peaceful life and an enjoyable life. And it's like, I go to work. I like my job. I like my salary. I'm not stupid rich, but I love my family. I come home. Life is amazing. And they live their life like that. And I think that is just as valid. And that's true. We live in a society and culture that pushes the hustle culture to work hard, like boom, boom, boom. I think people could feel guilty and insufficient for not having some great dream to dream. I'm like, no, it's a blessing to be satisfied, to be at peace, to be content with life. That's exactly the way I look at it too. So I always say this too. What you deem successful and what I deem successful are two totally different things. So if I'm happy where I'm at right now in my life, I'm successful to me.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter what somebody else thinks. Doesn't matter what somebody else says. And that's the reality of the situation. I remember I tweeted, shout out to Blackie Speaks. I don't know if you guys watch him on YouTube, but he tweeted something along the lines of like some fan or something. He's like, how do you make it out of Iowa? He's like, man, you're stuck in Iowa. You're fucked. And I was like, bro, I came from Iowa and I made it, I said. Now, what do people on the internet troll me? Who the fuck are you? This and that. Like, we don't know who you are, bro. Like, you're nobody. But I was like, I didn't respond to any of them. But to me, I made it. Because to me, I'm making what I want to make. I get to do my dream job every single day. Nobody tells me anything. I'm my own boss.
Right.
To me, I made it. Whether I'm a multi-billionaire doesn't matter to me.
Correct.
You know, what I have certain goals I like to achieve. Once I achieve those goals, I'm good. I don't care what anybody says outside of it.
Right.
You know, so that's what I mean. Everybody has their own goals. And I like what J.Cole says. You know, it's a blessing to be satisfied, to be at peace, to be content with life.
Yeah. It's very healthy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's also saying don't live your life off of social media and what
Correct.
Instagram, and everybody has to be successful. Everybody has to have super fly cars. Everybody has to have Gucci and Louis and all this other stuff. And, you know, you can be perfectly happy living an average life, man. And to be honest with you, I think that's more peaceful. Because the higher you get in levels, the more problems come.
I agree.
And I've dealt with just this Give Rich or Die Trying documentary. I've dealt with some issues that I have waned on me a lot every day. So you deal with a lot of bullshit as time goes on. So,
yep, you are right.
So dope ass interview. If you guys haven't seen it, go ahead and check it out. 45 minutes, about 45 minutes long.
I like his interviews. They're always somewhat like this.
Yeah, and he rarely does them. So, you know.
But when he does them, they're good as fuck.
I didn't like how this guy interrupted a lot, though. Like, you say, yeah. And then you jump in. I'll be like, bro, just shut up. Let him talk for a little bit. Yeah. Which sometimes it happens.
Sometimes, yeah. It's just,
I mean, he's interviewed quite a few people. For me, like when KK came, I fucked up because it was like a while since I interviewed somebody. I was really excited, but I caught myself doing that a lot. So now for the next interviews, I'm going to really just shut up and not say much of anything until it's like needed. But I would say, yep. I think
it's just a normal thing you don't even realize yourself. It's just like, it's a natural.
Yeah, but you can fix that. That's the thing. You know, I don't like when people are talking like somebody's in the background saying, yep, yeah, for sure, yeah. Because it's like you can't really get what's clear what they're saying. Like, when you watch the interview, you'll see.
I remember, yeah.
And then he was in reps with J. Cole, and J. Cole was like trying to talk, and he was like going, like
going over each other.
Yeah, it's just, that's the annoying part of it, but that's the only part. It wasn't often throughout the interview, but it was some parts about it. Yeah, go ahead and check it out.